Listen, there aren't that many cars that I drop everything on short notice to drive 5 hours to the middle of this for a ride in the passenger seat. But the 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E all-electric? Yeah, I got long johns. Sign me up. Shotgun. Ford invited me to the frozen north to get an early taste of the Mach-E's optional new all-wheel drive system. The Blue Oval will not only need this hardware to work in hostile climates like this, it's got to make sure it's still fun to drive like a Mustang. As this is an early prototype, Ford's not quite ready to toss me the key, so a ride-along showing how they're testing and evolving the new hardware is the next best thing.
So we're at Smithers Scientific. This is an 800-acre winter proving ground up in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. And right now we're on the one of the handling circles. So this is a snow and ice circle at about a 300-foot radius. And this is this specific test venue represents the kind of like a freeway entrance ramp or a bend on a road, where the customer is looking for potentially just stability.
Ford isn't using cheater tires to make this car's winter performance seem even more impressive. In actuality, this is sitting on partially worn all-season Michelins to replicate a normal customer experience. They've even got the drive setting in its standard mode engaged. That's what makes this next part so unexpected.
This is a Mustang. It's a Mustang Mach-E, and you can really push this vehicle if you want. You just step into it a little bit, and the vehicle's very controllable. It gives you that rear-wheel drive characteristic, and if you want, you can take this vehicle from being just a nice, stable commuter to being something that'll just let you drift right around the circle.
That's what we want. This is the way we all take on ramps. Yes, the stability control has been sent packing, but here's the thing about electric all-wheel drive systems like this one. Torque transfer can be both instant and precisely metered. With no mechanical connection between the front and rear axles, not only is there no added mechanical drag, you don't have to expend power on an axle if it's not helpful. When you start to understeer on a slippery surface and the front wheels just won't turn, if you get on the accelerator a bit, you can seamlessly overdrive the rears, introducing slip angle and doing this. As Ford engineer Ashok Rodriguez shows, you can go sideways all day in the snow, essentially using just your right foot, rolling onto the accelerator to widen the slip angle into a wicked drift. The SUV looks at your steering and throttle inputs, subtly dabbing the brakes on each corner individually to help you channel your inner Ken Block. From the passenger seat, I gotta admit, it looks easier to catch and release a Mach-E in the snow than a traditional gas-powered car, even a rear driver. Ashok put us on a handling track next. And so what are we going to experience?
So this is a handling course that's it's an interesting one in that it's kind of a tight handling course. This represents the type of turns that customers would see driving through a country road.
With that big, heavy lithium-ion battery slung low in the chassis, handling on snow seems both neutral and friendly. This isn't even the high-horsepower GT model. It's a regular all-wheel drive with 332 horsepower and 417 pound-feet of torque. The Mach-E has all the makings of a winter weather monster, and that's without putting this Mustang in its sportiest mode unbridled. The three drive modes, Ford calls them experiences, don't just alter performance parameters like steering weight and accelerator tip-in. They change things like powertrain sound in the cabin, as well as the gauges and lighting. The most interesting part is that the one-pedal driving function with heavy regenerative braking acts as an overlay atop all three experience modes: Whisper, Engage, and Unbridled. You might think that Whisper is code for eco, but it's not. It's for people who prefer to waft along serenely. It doesn't simply try to shove as many electrons back into the battery as possible. It's actually Unbridled, the high-performance mode that uses max regen.
What's really exciting about this, with this being part of the Mustang family, is that there's also an expectation that the vehicle will simply handle, that it will be true to that Mustang character and let us push that vehicle more than what you'd expect with a normal family sedan, let's say. And the vehicle really responds.
We also got the chance to experience the Mach-E on a split mu incline, both 20 and 30% grades that have differing levels of traction side to side. This test is a lot like my own steep driveway, so I paid close attention. It's a tough test of motor, brake, and software integration. While there were moments of slippage, the SUV carefully walked its way up the slope in a way that a human might struggle to manage. Ford says Mach-E does this sort of thing better than any other EV on the market right now, including ones from that brand. Listen, the Mach-E has upset a bunch of purists, some because this Mustang is an SUV with 4 doors, some because it's electric, and some even because it's all-wheel drive. But here's the thing. Ford is breaking the Mustang mold with the Mach-E, getting buyers ready for increasing levels of electrification in the regular coupe, which is something everybody's going to have to get comfortable with if the car is to survive at all. Early Mach-E customer data suggests that this is a smart move. Nearly 3/4 of cold weather state reservation holders have opted for all-wheel drive, including 9 out of 10 in New England alone. About 6 in 10 so far are new to Ford, but of Blue Oval loyalists, 1/4 have owned Mustangs in the past. Look, I get that not everyone is going to love the way this vehicle looks. Heck, the design is too soft and streamlined for me. I expect more muscles in a Mustang. I need to get time behind the wheel before I really get optimistic, but I think the Mach-E may have the goods to become the first EV to sell here in big numbers without a Tesla badge. Well, this has been a real frozen treat. The chance to get an early exclusive look at the development of the 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E Electric in conditions like this, well, doesn't come along very often. These engineers are doing a lot of great work, and there's still more work to be done. So I'm gonna let them have at it, and I'm gonna head inside and get a hot chocolate. Are you excited about the Mach-E? Leave us a comment below, but not before considering liking and subscribing to this very channel. Heck, if you want to be alerted the second we upload new content, don't forget to ring the bell. Hey, we could all use a little more cowbell, am I right?